Welcome, my name is Matt, aka RoadJedi88. We are getting into Star Wars, Galaxy of Heroes, mods, First Order Officer. So in the last couple videos, I have said more than enough of my opinions about the sequel trilogy, as well as the Book of Boba Fett series. I do come from the George Lucas era generation of Star Wars. I grew up on it from the 90s all the way up to the 2010s. Until Disney dropped its Force Awakening. I still follow the stories. I still follow the shows and the movies. But in my generation's position, that, whatever that is, that was not Star Wars. Call it what they want, but it wasn't Star Wars. That's not the way my generation sees it. And there's no such thing as legend and canon according to my generation, because this is not Star Trek. We don't timeline jump. With that said, one other thing I will point out. Why in the hell in the books, if we're following this story legitimately, truthfully and loyally, as many of us did for so many years, why would the Imperial remnants, if they even stood a chance of a foothold before the Yuuzhan Vongs were invading, if they even had a foothold, why would they be, in all the books there, be so gun-ho and bringing back the Empire, only to change their name to the First Order? Something tells me that even if they had managed to retake over the New Republic to get their footing back, they would have gone right back to calling themselves the Empire, not the First Order. It just does not make sense, especially if you were to take the time to get to know the story the way my generation knew the story. It just does not make sense. It doesn't add up. That's not the way. You get a lot of details of their mentality in the books. That aside, and for the next few videos where I have to cover the First Order, I am going to do my best to breathe and get through this. Until I get to the Good Morning card, and that one I'm looking forward to, actually. I cannot believe I'm actually saying that, but I'm actually looking forward to actually introduce the pig. Anyways, the First Order Officer, if you go to my first video of the mods playlist in my channel, I definitively explain the difference, by definition, the different type of character roles. In this case, he's a support. His First Order, he's not a leader, but he can probably serve as like a XO to the CO, for those who understand military concepts of squads, commanding officer and then assisting officer. Because he's still a support character, so he has potential to lead, just not at the front of the squad. If you go to, and then I also, by definition, explain the various different types of mods. In this case, it would be potency and speed. And I explain what it is we're doing when we put them together. If you go to the online website, swgoh.gg, they are recommending the same thing that the in-game tips is advising, and that is speed and potency. Speed and potency. So, for a support character, he's going to move a little bit quicker. Now, he's not exactly leading. He's not a tank. He doesn't have that kind of strength. He's not a doctor, so he's not going to be healing anyone. And from the looks of it, but he does have a pistol here. So when he does attack, they're going to feel it. He's going to dominate with his pistol. And he's going to do it quickly. So, now as a support character role, if he joins in with other attackers, more than likely there'll be kind of a gang squad, just kind of ganging up on the opponent. That is a possibility. I have yet to really test this guy out in battle, and I'm very reluctant to even try. I generally keep myself away from any of the sequel trilogy characters most of the time. Accuse me of being biased, I admit I am. But First Order Officer, Based on what I've seen of Rex, because he's a support character too, and what I've seen of other support characters who are not front squad leaders, they still can lead from behind, meaning they can rally up the squad and join them in a fight or in an attack move, or join another character in their attacks as well. So I'm assuming that's a possibility of what this guy can do, especially if we're adding speed and potency. He's all about dominating the field. So we've cross-trained him to be a support attacker, or an attacker supporter, however you want to word that. That is the First Order officers mods for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, comments, questions, suggestions down below, and thank you for following. May the Force be with you.